Hello and welcome, Mr. Fitzgerald, to a presentation of our distinguished hedge fund operations. My name is James Gray and I'm the CEO here at PYR&WOLF Associates, and I would like to introduce you to what it is we do here. PYR&WOLF's name is founded on our ethos and core values. Our offices are located across Dublin, Amsterdam, Marbella and Monaghan. I would encourage you to look at the steps we do to ensure safety of all our stakeholders during the current pandemic, as well as our assumptions, risks involved in the fund. We understand from your inquiry that you have a preference for an environmentally conscious fund and have a risk-seeking appetite. Our fund is made up of an event-driven fund, aka the Logos Fund, as well as a green energy ETF. Firstly, let me tell you about the Logos Fund. We analyse the likelihood of events occurring and expected price volatility due to market uncertainty and utilise this to exploit mispricings in the market. Studies have shown that the market overreacts to specific events and underreacts to others. We contend that PYR&WOLF's individual managers have the skills and implementation ability to capitalise on this. I will now pass you over to our Head of Strategy and Psychology, James McCourt, who will tell you more about the work behind the Logos Fund.
Thank you, James. Here at PYR&WOLF, we pride ourselves on having a deep understanding of market psychology. We aim to engage our entire minds in order to better understand the minds of other market participants. This trade centred around being brave when others were fearful. We saw this fear being translated into volatility. In turn, we saw this volatility manifesting itself in three main ways, or a volatility triple threat, as we like to call it here. First and foremost, polarization of the American political landscape is seen as a massive opportunity set for us. We identified four key sectors driven by policy decision where we felt that these effects will be most outsized. This predictive volatility can only be amplified by one of the most unpredictable earnings seasons on record, and on top of that, the COVID-19 pandemic has forced governments into imposing nationwide lockdowns and pushing through record levels of fiscal and monetary stimulus. This has the capacity to cause massive market swings, and we look to take advantage of this. I'm going to pass you over to our CIO, Owen now, who heads up our trading team in Amsterdam to talk you through this trade. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Here at PYR&WOLF, we aim to trade as many option structures as possible, trading strangles, straddles, risk reversals, call spreads, put spreads, and more, allowing us different angles into the market. In the case of the 2020 election, straddle contracts were traded to capture event volatility. We capitalized on the idea that there was a great uncertainty in the sectors where Trump and Biden differed in their opinions, and that a win for either candidate would cause a large absolute move of stock prices in the sector. The strategy was successful for PYR&WOLF, generating a 55% return over this period. If we now look at the sectors where we're trading these straddles, 74% of our straddles are traded in the green energy market, and this is due to the fact that the green energy market is a highly liquid market, but cannabis and fracking are illiquid markets, so we need to come up with a different trading strategy here. Now onto our fee structure. PYR&WOLF offers a 2% management fee charged on all invested funds and a 20% fee charged on all performance above the S&P. I will now hand you over to our Chief Marketing Officer, Alex Deegan, in Marbella. Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. At PYR&WOLF, while our highly qualified analysts are not at work with the Logos Fund, we have our green energy ETF that we invest our capital into. This fund is weighted equally and exclusively between green energy and electric vehicles. We chose to use an exchange-traded fund with the aim to bring meaningful ESG investing to the retail investor. ESG stands for environmental, social and governance. At PYR&WOLF, we pride ourselves in actively seeking to invest in companies aiding in the vast improvement in sustainable energy. With so many examples of such strong growth in the industry that can be seen within our brochure, at PYR&WOLF, we are very confident in the performance of this fund. Our fund holds 18 stocks, each weighted in correspondence with their market capitalization, with a cap of 18% to maintain market diversification. On the right, we see our top 10 long positions within the fund, displaying many notable companies, such as Tesla, who have recently been added to the S&P 500. You can find more information on our fees and rebalancing within the brochure. I will now pass you on to our Head of Technology and Operations in Monaghan, Joran Connor. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Using ARIMA modelling, our technology department were able to produce 4-month forecasts for the ETF. They predict an expected cumulative return of around 28%, and they've also kindly included confidence intervals here. Using Monte Carlo simulation, we were pleased to say that on average, our fund exhibited a 79.94% annual return. Details of the firm's compliance with regulations are available in the brochure, but I will lightly touch on our second strategy. It revolved around capturing as much of the election volatility as possible, and then closing our positions before the volatility curve flattened out. The election started on the 3rd of November, and once it became clear that Joe Biden would secure the so-called blue wall states, we would know it was time to exit our positions. In this table, you will find our hedging strategy, and here are details of our US dollar euro swap strategy. This is so we can repatriate the euro value of revenue that we generate. So why invest with us? Well, here are a few testimonials, particularly Sophie's here. She rightly identifies that the Logos Fund is not just a gimmick. We intend to trade on 3 future events, including the Olympics, the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines, and also the German election next year. So on behalf of the firm, I would like to thank you, Mr. Fitzgerald, for listening to our pitch, and I hope that our funds will meet your requirements and that you will choose to invest with us. Thank you.